Hi babe, this is Shay, Love Mom. Today what I wanted to talk to you about and what I wanted you to know is about the child abuse that happens in Jehovah's Witnesses. Recently with the Royal Commission in Australia, they investigated several groups and religions to see if their policies and practices protected children from abuse. Child abuse has been part of the Jehovah's Witnesses in the past as well, but the interesting thing with this is that it was shown on what scale the problem was, and also if it was just individuals that were the problem or individual congregations and how they handled things, or if it was really a policy problem within the Jehovah's Witnesses headquarters. Where did it come from? Well, one thing that was interesting is this was all taped. It was all streamed live. So in this instance, you can't insert anything that would be lies from the media or exaggerations. You can watch it all happen and see the testimony of a governing body member, of several elders who handled a particular case, but it shows the policies and where they came from. And it also shows even the Jehovah's Witness lawyers agreeing that there were some problems with the policies that showed it didn't protect children. So where is the problem? Well, Jehovah's Witnesses have certain things in place where they follow a scripture that says if a brother sins against you, that you have to have two witnesses that have observed it for an action to take place. But in the case of child molesters and child sexual abusers, there are very few times that they have a witness to this crime or this sin. So the appropriate action, if a child has an accusation against an adult for abusing them sexually, would be to call the authorities. That's the first step. Yet, unless it's a mandated order in the state that the child's abused in, Jehovah's Witnesses do not follow that. They first contact the Watchtower headquarters and ask how to proceed. And a common procedure for them is to approach the person who is accused. If they deny it, then the child will go in a room with that person and the elders and has to bring up the accusations to them, which is very, very difficult for a child who's been abused to do. If the person still denies it, then the elders would just leave it in Jehovah's hands. So that is a problem. If a child abuser, and a lot of times the types of people who are child abusers are very manipulative and they're not going to admit what they did. So a lot of times no action is taken. Then as time goes on, the child has to see this person, a lot of times they are around that person a lot, has to pray with them, has to talk to them. It's very, very damaging to a child to have to go through that. And during the Royal Commission, it wasn't just a case about one or two instances. There were two people that actually testified, but it was brought to light that there were over 1,006 records of child abusers that were actually confirmed. So they knew over 1,000 abusers were among their midst, and abusers often have way more than just one victim. So that's at least 1,000 children that were abused, and not one of them was reported to the authorities. So that's where the problem lies. It's something that is not individual congregations or individual elders making the decisions. This is something that was a Watchtower policy that caused these things to not be reported. And just an interesting quote, there was Justice McClellan is the one who heard all the testimony and everything during the Royal Commission, and he concluded something which really shows the extent of the problems. He said, "I don't know of any other religious organization which has the processes with the flaws we have identified in the Jehovah's Witnesses." So this is not just a small problem, this is a big problem. And if you want to watch any of the testimony, there's a channel on YouTube that just has the straight up testimony, the several days of it. It has no commentary inserted or anything. It's under Jake, J-A-K-K-E, Control on YouTube. So you can go ahead and watch that for yourself and really see why there is a problem. I love you, babe. I hope you're doing good, and hope you continue to watch these, because they're things that I really want you to know.